Hey, what is up everyone? Shiny here. I normally do not do Skyblock videos, but here's a new update that they released called Balancing Thread Round 4 Reforge Revamp. So, Dungeons is going to be coming pretty soon for Hypixel Skyblock, and they want to change a lot of things to make it more suitable for newer players and less suitable for older players. And when I first looked at this, I honestly thought this was going to be one of those trash updates again, but we'll see about it. So, Jay Avarman said, "Hello, with Dungeons on the way, it's the appropriate time to make changes to the reforging system. This thread is going to talk about what is currently planned for release, but keep in mind nothing here is final." Okay, so hopefully they make better changes to this than what they listed here. Plan includes nerfing accessory reforges. Alright, that's automatically a red flag for a bad update. Many of us want 80% crit chance and an endless supply of critical 3 potions so that we can have 100% crit chance for whatever, slayers, summoning eye grinding, dragon fights. It's just a matter of convenience. I personally don't mind having like 90% crit chance or higher unless I'm killing zealots. But for slayers, like even 80% is alright for me. Since I got a pooch sword recently, so I can just do Sven's with almost no trouble. Buffing sword, bow, armor upgrades to compensate should be an overall buff for early mid-game players and nerf for veterans. I mean, I get this, but since like I'm towards the late game, I'm gonna be a little mildly annoyed, and it's gonna be a little mildly annoying when I have to reforge stuff from like spicy or rapid to like something else that's like strange. It's gonna take a while to get a new meta. Implement a new rarity tier above legendary. I personally would want it to say unique, but like many people want to say mythic on the forums. I don't know, just mythic doesn't sound right to me. Or Hypixel's probably gonna make something stupid. Or they're probably gonna write some like 2-word thing that just sounds like very legendary or something. I don't know. They would probably write something stupid because they don't know a better word. But I mean, we'll see about that. Quote-unquote universal reforges now only apply to accessories. Armors and weapons of those reforges still have them. However, you would not be able to get them on new pieces of gear anymore. I think they're implying stuff like godly and strong. As you know, it's very important to have godly or strong on your armor, depending on your combat level and other things. But like, this is gonna like upset a majority of people. Like, we want godly on our armor to build up our crit chance, and godly is has slightly less crit damage and strength than the strong reforge. And we spent like so much money on every armor piece just to get godly because everyone knew it was the best reforge. But now they're not gonna allow that. That's gonna be controversial there, Hypixel. What I envision happening is people are gonna get a new reforge on their armor and sell their godly reforged armor for a lot of money. And I have godly strong armor, so I could buy another strong set, put something like strong, very strong, or a different reforge that gives crit chance, and my godly armor would make a lot of money, hopefully. Accessory reforges never include critical chance anymore, except unpleasant. But unpleasant gives like very low crit damage. Like nobody asked for this. That's stupid. Accessory reforges never include critical chance anymore. That's gonna like kill crit chance for everybody. Remember, the only potion that increases critical chance is the critical potions. That only goes up to 20 and 25%. Like that's not gonna be good. Like people that are like the mid combat level 20s, they're gonna have like 60 crit chance and like 80 with crit 3 pots. Like that's not gonna be good. Like that's just gonna hinder people, and people with bad luck are just not gonna have the benefit of the added crit damage. So, I mean, once I get to a higher combat level, this really won't apply to me so much because more of my talismans will just be either on strong or itchy. But this is going to impact many people that have a lower combat level because you need 100% crit chance for the sake of convenience. Now that's going to become impossible unless you like use a spider hat in the end, but that gives like 1 speed. Sword divided by bow divided by armor reforges critical chance greatly buffed. I don't think it's going to compensate. Because think about it, there are 49 talismans in the game. People probably have like a quarter of them reforged to Godly or Zealous or whatever. They're going to lose, what, like 20 crit chance? Maybe not 20, but like 15 at most. They're going to lose 15 crit chance from that talisman nerf. Do you think that those reforges in the armor and weapons are actually going to compensate for that? I don't think so. Honestly, yeah, I'm bad at like talking in front of people, or especially in front of a camera, so apologies. I'm just trying to include my point of view on this. Critical chance from combat skill nerfed from 1% to 0.5% per level. Just so you know, the crit chance stat is rounded to the nearest whole number, so increasing a combat level, which takes hundreds of thousands of combat XP, which is quite a lot, it won't even give you extra crit chance. Like, oh my god, this makes me think that all these compensations aren't actually going to be enough, considering that now most of us are going to have like 10% less crit chance now that they nerfed this. Like, come on, everyone needs 100% crit chance. Why are you making it impossible? Like, are you trying to enforce more RNG into your game? Come on, you're gonna have Overflux and Phoenix Pets being locked behind RNG. Like, no, please no. Oh, base critical change buff from 20 to 30%. I mean, that's alright. I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe it will be. We'll have to see. Release new Reforge Anvil. That used to be in the Obsidian collection, but then they replaced it for the Tree Capitator. I don't see the recipe or what collection it's going to be in, so we'll have to see about that. Added new types of Reforges with passives, stronger, and without Reforge RNG. I don't know what the hell that means. Passives and stronger? What? Okay, I'll have to read on. Create new interesting builds. Okay, I don't think you understand. When in a game like Skyblock, there's only one correct way to play and reforge your armor and stuff. Like some of us, not me particularly, but many people, they'll eventually find a new meta on which specific reforges you need to get 80% crit chance into max crit damage and strength. Create new interesting builds. I think they imply that you're trying to vary the play styles, but like that does not work in a game like this. There's always going to be one best playstyle that everyone has to follow. So making it hard for us to determine a new meta is going to be hard. Make it a lot easier to swap Reforge builds. That's going to be good for those people that don't have a lot of money to invest in Reforges. Fix attack speed. I didn't know that was buffed, but I didn't know that was a bug. But I feel like that's probably going to cause some Watchdog false bans when they see people auto-clicking. Because knowing Hypixel, Watchdog false bans all the time. So the attack speed fix is probably going to lead to false bans. I mean, good thing they didn't do it to things like rabbit pots and speed pots. You won't get reported for bee-hopping, which is nice. Make reforging a lot cheaper than the first few days of the updates so players can try new builds. This is going to be nice. Add new accessory bag upgrades. Make sure they don't glitch like they did before. Before we get into the details, let's explain the reasoning behind some of these changes. Oh, please be good reasons and not like random things. Currently, most reforging options are terrible. Yes, that's because the meta exists, and few are great. I'm pretty sure that's always going to be the case in Skyblock. Even like other video games like that too. There's always going to be meta, and only a few, like Reforged in this case, are going to be good. Process of reforging is simple but tedious, and swapping build entirely seems unthinkable, because a meta exists. People then tend to build variants of the optimal damage build and call it a day, because you're supposed to get as much damage as possible for Slayers and Dragons. While players should be able to reach 100% crit chance, right now most players reach it without even trying. No, I don't think without trying, that's a bit of an overstatement. Most people require pots to get 100% crit chance or a spider hat. Right now, without pots, I get only 92 with full young and a weapon. And most of my talisman, or some of my talismans are godly, and I'm combat level 26. Um, you're just gonna make it impossible to get 100 crit chance. Let's see if like combat 50 or some tiger pet. It reduces the build options even more, as players are forced to avoid Reforge's extra critical chance to not waste stats. I mean, crit damage and strength matter a lot more once you have 80 crit chance. As we are introducing new types of Reforges, we want the power level of veterans to remain the same, but at the same time making Reforges a stronger upgrade for early game players. I get that, but at the same time, you're just gonna make the veterans and the more people are getting are making lots of progress in the game than before. So the demographic of like late game and end game players is a bit higher than it used to be. So like don't make it harder to like kill Svens or things like that. Players who currently have every single accessory in the game should notice a damage nerf on release, which should fix itself with a little bit of effort. However, almost everyone should notice extra damage reduction from their armor reforges being stronger. Not sure if that would be a good thing or not. Accessory reforges. Reforges and accessories losing critical chance and overall getting a stat nerf. Oh, come on. All the quote-unquote universal reforges that can be applied to any item will now only be available in accessories. As you can see here, after release, if you still own a godly armor piece, for example, it will still have godly, but you can't put it on a new piece of armor ever. That's gonna increase the price of godly armor, so that would be a good thing for some of us, but like, it's gonna make auction. Or I guess that's not gonna make auction flipping hard, but before the update comes, it's gonna buff auction flipping. This change will help with balancing. An armor reforge should be stronger than an accessory reforge. In the future, accessory reforges should be used to have a wide variety of options. No, that's not going to happen. People are going to find a way to maximize crit chance and strength, so everyone can find or change their playstyle. No, everyone's still going to conform to one playstyle. That's just the nature of the game. It's been like that before, not like it's going to change. Also, if you wonder why I know about metas and stuff, there's this game I used to play called Bloons Tower Defense Battles. That thing had metas change all the time because of terrible updates, and basically you have to like battle each other with different like towers that pop balloons. But for a long time, there's only like 3 towers that are actually good, and many others actually are terrible because they're outclassed. But getting back on topic, you'll notice the strongest accessory reforges got bigger nerfs than the weakest ones. Some of the weakest ones even got buffs. You can pause the video to examine this table. It's gonna be a little like hard to comprehend because it looks kind of messy, but I mean, let us know what you think. I think I left a negative rating on the forum post. You can pause for the sword reforges. Attack speed's probably going to cause Watchdog false bans, knowing then. Here are bow reforges. Let me check. I'm wondering if Grand is going to be better than Rapid due to this new update. I mean, 40 strength versus like 10 strength and 75 crit damage. No, wait, no. Rapid's still going to be better than Grand. Unless you have like a torrential helmet weird thing. Weird armor set. Armor reforges. Up until now, most armor reforges were going unused in favor of universal reforges such as Godly and Unpleasant because of the meta. The changes, and plus, like, they added many things, like Wands of Healing and Monoflix Power Orbs. It matters more that you're healing to full health than having, like, 10 extra defense. And let's not forget, Svens exist. They do true damage. And they added many pets that actually increase damage and true, or not damage, defense and true defense. So defensive reforges don't really matter. I because like the best armor in the game is superior. Well, that's for Magic Find, and it has just enough stats to tank a tier 4 Sven, but it has a good amount of damage. The best two armor sets for damage are 3 out of 3 strong and Tarantula helmet, and a Frozen Blaze set. Those are optimized for damage, not defense. So this is why we have Godly and Strong on our Reforges. Changes we are proposing will make Reforges you get on armor pieces feel much stronger, and we're adding several damage options to the current armor Reforges, as well making the ones focused on defense more powerful. People are still going to go for attack on any piece that they can reforge. Reforge Anvil and new types of Reforges. It can be painful sometimes when players looking for a specific Reforge. RNG. Yeah, I like how they say the RNG aspect can turn a fun experience to a bad moment, but they've made every new update RNG based, except maybe Bazaar. Like going back to the end update, the only dragons that are profitable are strong dragons, barely, and superior dragons. Or if you get the what's now 4-mil aspect of the dragons from other dragons. I mean, now they're gonna add dragon pieces, which we'll get to a little later. But like they say, RNG can turn a fun experience to a bad moment. Like they say that, but yet they include RNG in like everything else. So dragon chances, also not to mention the dragon weight like possibility, the chance of getting an aspect of the dragons, chance of getting strong chest plates or superior chest plates. Then you get to the spooky event where it's RNG if you get into a private hub to kill like skeletons or zombies for candy. What else? Slayer updates. The infamous Slayer update. Yeah, the 7 and 13k chance to get an Overflux, which is one of the most expensive items in the game. People spend so much money to do Slayers just to get those items, and RNG makes them go insane. And what else? Pets. Getting a legendary wolf pet or a phoenix pet or a legendary ocelot pet. Pets like those. Like people sink a lot of money trying to craft expensive pets like those. Like RNG makes them into a bad moment. So if you want to say RNG can turn a fun experience into a bad moment, well then you got to address the RNG in other aspects of the game too. Also, if you're wondering like where I'm coming from, I've played Skyblock pretty much since July 2019. I played a lot. I have like 120k Slayer XP, Combat 26 like my highest stat. I'm in a Skyblock guild and I do splash occasionally. I'm not one of those like rich players, but I am a seasoned Skyblock player. I don't make Skyblock videos that often, but I do play a lot. In our global plan to make Skyblock Skills a bit more important in the game, we want the mining skill to unlock new powerful and exciting reforges. That's good, honestly. But like everyone's gonna have to do those cobble generators and not AFK them to increase their mining skill. So they add 3 items called the Dragon Scale, Dragon Claw, definitely ripped off from the Pokemon series, and Dragon Horn. And as you see, they drop from various dragons. Now the Dragon Horn's going to make superior dragons even more profitable. And let's not mention that all of these are going to make summoning eyes cost more. Right now, the price is like 740k from Bazaar, but it's going to go up to 800k, which is going to make summoning eyes the only thing to get money aside clay, gold, or tarantula minions. So Dragon Scale can add spiked reforges on armor pieces consumed upon use. Cost to apply, that's a huge money sink. Not many people can afford that. Stats you'll see later. The Dragon Claw can apply the Fabled Reforges. Some people say that's the best one, but the price is just a lot. And it randomly gives you extra damage when you land a critical hit. Like, come on, we don't need more RNG in this. Like, just increase the crit damage stat by plus 20%, not add another critical hit mechanic. Then the Dragon Horn, which is going to make superior dragons more profitable, By the way, they're very, very rare, and you almost never get them from dragons, so or from summoning eyes. It can apply the renowned Reforge. Once again, a huge money sink to apply. Increases all stats by 1%. That's actually pretty good. When you combine that with Superior Armor and the Ender Dragon pet, you can probably get 100 Mage Find. So, it's going to be hard to see because of how I record with OBS. So, yeah, that's going to be hard to see. I'll zoom in. I can't scroll to the right. Sorry for technical difficulties. I'm not used to recording on Google Chrome. Yeah, no, that's gonna be hard to see. Let me zoom back out. So I'll link the forum post in the description, and you can see the table for yourself. It's hard to see here. Well, all these stones are obtained from the dragon fight. We also plan to add stones as a reward from dungeons, as well as to content around the current game. While you still have the option to roll for Reforges the way you do currently, newer option will remove the RNG from Reforging, but there's still RNG in dragons, and the drops from dragons allow you to. This is probably going to be a bigger money sink than just Reforging the normal way. Allow you to gather or purchase the stones you want and apply the Reforges you want for a set price, as well as allowing us to put cool effects onto Reforge that should further divert. That's not going to happen because of the nature of the game. People are still going to optimize for damage and crit chance, not like defense or anything like that. So they'll find a way. They'll find the Reforged combination that you'll need to get the most damage, and everyone's going to follow that, not diversify. It's going to diversify the Reforges, but everyone's going to have the same Reforges as they did before. Better reforging systems sounds like worse reforging systems. With all these new build options, we want players to be able to swap from one build to another easily. Blacksmith will give you the option to reforge all your accessories at the same time. That's honestly a nice idea, but this should not make it only a lot easier to completely change your stats, but make it very affordable. I mean, not bad. If you have ideas, I think I put a dislike rating here. And why the hell are so many people putting a like rating? This looks like a terrible update. So, hopefully, this doesn't sound like a good update. It's more or less like a pretty complicated one. I mean, hopefully, this update's actually gonna... I mean, hopefully they actually do the update correctly, in that the nerfs they do get compensated by the buffs they make, and they're gonna make reforging a bit better. I mean, I normally don't do Skyblock videos, I normally do zombies, so... This may not affect me that much, but it's probably going to be one of the most controversial updates they added. And it's going to make reforging a hell of a lot complicated. Their intentions to try to diversify what people reforge, not going to work due to the nature of the game. People are still going to find the reforge combination that optimizes damage and crit damage, strength, and crit chance. Everyone's still going to follow the new meta. And let's not forget, 100% crit chance is going to be much harder now, due to the nerfs they added. Well, let's hope. Hopefully, I can get to 100 subscribers, and I can do a Q&A. So when I do a Q&A, I'll be answering questions that you post in the comments. Tag them with hashtag Q&A, and I can answer your questions when I hit 100 subs. There's really not much I can say at this point. Like the video, or dislike if you think this is a great update. Comment and subscribe to me. That's all I got for you guys. Peace out.